Everybody, it's Felisa, and this is another entry into my car chronicles. I know that I've been slacking with my vlog. I apologize to y'all almost every time I upload a video because I know that it's so long in between my videos, but I like to try and do vlogs that I think are relevant and hopefully will help somebody, or at the very least make somebody think, or maybe make y'all laugh. So this morning is beautiful. We are in the middle of a heat wave here in the Midwest, and we're not going to complain because normally my state has about 6 months of winter, so we're very excited for this 80-degree temperatures at 7:30 in the morning. Anyway, my topic today, I've wanted to do this subject, and this kind of, if you've seen my previous vlogs, I did a series, I want to say like last year, called Straighten Your Crown, and that was aimed at my ladies, and so that is also the title of a book that I have written and hope to be able to put out in the next year, just my life and my experiences and my growth journey. But this morning I actually saw a vlog. I don't even know who these young people are, but honestly they could be anybody, meaning they are so typical of a lot of relationships, and not just among young people. There are some old behind people who are going through things like this, especially older women of a certain age, women who should be at a certain level in their life where they don't have to accept certain types of behavior, and they still do. And so before I launch into that, I do want to give a disclaimer and say that these are my ideas, my thoughts, my passions, my rants, my observations, and they may or may not apply to you, and if they don't, then I ask that you just very kindly keep it moving. But if they do, I hope that you get some nuggets from what I'm getting ready to say. So although this is targeted to younger women, I want to say this to all women who may find themselves in these situations. Ladies, when men tell you who they are, when they show you who they are, when men tell you that they don't want a relationship, when they demonstrate clearly that you are not someone that they want to be in a serious relationship with, believe them, please. To kind of paraphrase, I think it was Maya Angelou that said that when people show you who they are, believe them. Stop trying to change their minds. Stop trying to have these projects with these people. Stop giving them so much entry and so much energy. The video that I watched this morning was literally a young man telling this girl that he is not, he ain't S, like he verbatim. And, she was like, well, I like you, and I'm assuming that they have had some benefits in their relationship. And I really don't have any commentary on that, except to say that you can't do things backwards and then expect to get results that make sense. So you can't launch into a sexual relationship and have a sexual, a friends with benefits kind of relationship, and then try and back up and discuss a relationship, or to discuss, being exclusive, or to discuss, have the worst question in the world, which is, what are we? Because if you don't know what we are, if you don't know what you are in the context of being with this other individual, then you've already lost. Like, seriously. I'm not saying that you can't have clarifying discussions. I think that that's important. I'm not saying that at all. There are times when you need to ask people that you are dating or that you're seeing, listen, what is your take on this? What is it that we're doing? Are we just dating and we're open to seeing other people? I want to get your thoughts on this because I don't want to assume. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about women who have given up everything that they have to give, meaning, they've gotten into a relationship or they've gotten into a situationship with these men and are sexing them. They're treating them as if they are, boyfriends or, significant others. They're treating them as if they're husbands in a lot of situations. They're giving them all of the benefits and all of the, the perks of being in a relationship with none of the liability. Like, you have not outlined this for him. You've not set any kind of expectations for this man. You've not set any kind of expectation for what it is that you're doing. And now you want to back all the way up to the beginning and be like, well, what is it that we're doing? No. All the no. Every no that ever noped in nope land. All the full stop. Like, you can't do that. The reason that you can't do that is because it does not work that way. It really does not. Relationships are negotiations, period. Like, you're constantly renegotiating, restating the parameters of the relationship, restating, what you guys do, how, it's an intricate dance. It really, really is. And it takes a fair amount of communication, but y'all gotta be able to lay all those things out, put everything out on the table, look at it. Both of you need to get something from whatever it is that you're doing. Both of you need to benefit from whatever it is that you're doing. And if you don't, one of y'all is messing up. Like, seriously, one of y'all is stupid. I'm sorry. Like, you can't continue to sacrifice yourself and everything that you want and everything that you desire in a relationship just to be able to say that you got this person. Who is this guy? Who is this girl? Honestly, like, because it could go both ways. So, I just really want to say to the young ladies out there, like, there are a couple of things that you really need to consider. One, when you meet these guys, and I'm not saying that you can't be sexually expressive or, you can't be, sexually adventurous. I'm not saying that at all. The reason that I'm not saying that is because that's not my call. I'm not going to tell a young woman what she can and cannot do. You need to do things that are safe and reasonable and appropriate for you. And you get to make that decision. Nobody else gets to make that decision. You get to make that decision. But I want to warn you that once you do that, once you are, trying to play this game with men who have had generations to perfect this, mind you, and they don't think about sex in terms of the way that we think about sex. They don't think about physicality the way that we think about physicality. Like, they literally for centuries have been telling us that sex does not mean anything to them if they just want to have sex. Now, I'm not saying that that's every man, and I certainly can't vouch. I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is what I've been told and what I've seen throughout history, that men are perfectly capable of detaching emotions from sex. Women, not so much. You got some women out here who are able to, just sex and whatever and keep it moving, and they can be just as ruthless as men are. But generally speaking, that's not us. And you continue to give yourself to a person, you will eventually have feelings. And men have always complained about that. Like, y'all don't have the ability to just hook up and just be cool with it. No, we really don't. Eventually we want more, and it's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not vilifying the girls who want more, just like I'm not vilifying the girls who don't want more. I think you just need to know who you are and stop lying to yourself and saying that you're capable of doing this when you know that you're not. Even if you are capable of doing it, but you know that you want more out of this person, or you want more out of a relationship, why would you settle for that? Why would you allow yourself to be in a situationship where now all you have is sex? That's it. And don't delude yourself into thinking that just because he calls you or just because he texts you, for sex, that must mean that he cares. No, it don't, sis. It means that he's horny. Like, don't get too confused. Like, we got to stop with that. Seriously. We need to stop with thinking that just because a man shows us physical interest that he's somehow emotionally invested. The two aren't connected at all. That's number one. Number two, think more of yourself. Honestly, have you sat and you thought about what it is that you want out of a relationship? What is it that you want out of this connection? What is it that you want from another human being? Does whatever it is that you're doing fit into that equation at all? What are you doing in order to make that happen? Like, are you just filling up your time and your days with a bunch of emptiness and a bunch of nothing? Like, you really have to go back and work on yourself and work on the dynamics of who you are so that you can track something better. Because what you're settling for is killing you. It really is. It's killing you. You're getting your heart broken. And it's not even men. I told my daughter that this morning. Like, men are really not at fault for this. We created this dynamic we created this dynamic. Now we have a whole bunch of unwed moms out here with a whole bunch of babies who bought a whole bunch of BS from these guys because they were selling it, and we were desperate, and we didn't take time. We certainly didn't protect our uterus, and we didn't protect our hearts, and now we're bitter and angry and disenfranchised, and our hearts are broken. In a lot of situations, we did that to ourselves. We did that to ourselves, and we need to stop throwing these colossal pity parties and telling ourselves that we somehow have been victimized and have been ravished. And there are some women out there who have been taken advantage of. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about women who have deliberately picked up these projects, and we decided that we were going to put this man back together. He wasn't nothing when you found him, and you spent all this time and energy trying to make him into something that he didn't even want to be. You wanted him to be that. You hear me? Like, you wanted him to be that. You wanted him to be this picture perfect guy off of a Lifetime movie or out of one of the fairy tales, and you decided against every red flag that there was that this guy was it. Even though he never showed you anything different. He never showed you anything about himself that would make you believe that he could be good for you. No. We got to stop doing that. So, I just wanted to come and kind of share that, because I've been ruminating on that, and I'm going to do like a full series, I think, on that. Not a series, maybe a couple of more vlogs on it, because I'm so passionate about this. Somehow we, as older women, we've been through this nonsense. We know what this feels like. We know what this looks like, and we did not prepare our daughters. That's exactly why I showed my daughter that vlog this morning. I had a long conversation with her. She's 19. She gets it, and I wanted to hear what her thoughts were on the matter, because I know what happens when your heart is involved. I know what happens when you fall for someone and, they treat you like crap, but you really do think that love conquers all. Honey, I'm trying to tell you that martyr life is not worth it. It's not worth it. And there is nothing wrong with telling somebody that I'm good, love. Enjoy yourself. Whatever, I'm good. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, and we need to teach our daughters that they can say no, and they can pass on these men who really would destroy them, and stop putting them in situations where they are literally breaking their own heart, where they're literally destroying their own lives. And then we pick up a finger and we point it at men because we're left to pick up the pieces of our life that we gave to them in the first place. No, I'm telling y'all, no, stop it. Just stop it. So I'm going to come back probably Wednesday and talk a little bit more about this, but I wanted to put this vlog out while I was thinking about it. Sorry if it's all over the place, but I really am passionate about this, and not necessarily saving the next generation or saving younger women, but just like put this bug in y'all ear. Like, seriously, we set the tone for all this nonsense. If we really want this to stop, we could stop it by not tolerating it. They got to find somebody else to do that stuff with, and pretty soon, they either will rise to meet the occasion or they'll die off. I don't know, either one, but either way, we good. All right, I'm Felisa. I hope that y'all have a great day. Please leave your comments below if you have any feedback, and I'll catch y'all later on. Bye.